All right, let's see if we can get our first win. Tired of losing. Tired of losing. It's all I've been doing this season. This season, all seasons. Tired. Um, let's see. Can we get a win? I definitely would hope so. One of the few games that we have an outright win in. Oh, yeah, I think so. But,
Welcome to Huntsville, Texas, and Elliott T. Bowers Stadium, home to the Bearcats of Sam Houston State,
all
who have built
right.
a rich winning legacy and one that they hope follows them to the upper reaches of college football. Today we have a big Conference USA showdown in store. As we'll see, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers taking on the Sam Houston Bearcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling.
Oh, I boo myself too.
The Bearcats will put total leather to crank us up. Looks like he's going to bring it out. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out in the end zone and came up a little short.
All right, let's see what we can do on offense. Gotta go quick because only 8 seconds on the play clock. No time to make adjustments.
Going with the ground game left. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off,
Uh,
hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Not a good start. That's a bad play call there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10.
No
Back
blitz.
to pass. grab behind the line. It's Henry. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half.
Oh, boy. Not a good start.
They'll leave it with him. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And the Bearcats can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Slips a tackle and he's got room. They finally
A
get
lot
to
of
him.
stuff. And then again, it's the same thing, man. You hold your hand out.
How nice is it
If you
to
have
have
your
a
hand
defense
held
that
out and one hand
generate
on the ball, it should be
explosive plays
easier
by
to
running the
force a
football? You
fumble.
gotta
But
force
man,
feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game
people
changer.
in that X button, it's like a baby to a bottle.
The Bearcats just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. They'll give it to the back. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
That's a rare one. We actually got a
You want to establish the run game.
tackle
You want the
on the
defense
first
to honor it.
hit.
But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking downfield, it's Watson. Under fire. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Oh, dude.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You
A
pressure the
deflection?
quarterback,
What is
his
this?
numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice
I'm
job by
not
the
used to
defense.
this.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took
I was
a
looking
hit
for the
as he
angle around. We
couldn't
had it covered
deliver
too.
the
We got to
football.
stop.
It's
Yes. So
incomplete, and
stop in the
4th down's
first quarter. I
coming.
can't believe it.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to
Good
affect
hit.
the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
The Bearcats will punt it away
I'm
on
actually
4th
shocked
down.
that we got to stop.
First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Punt is in the air on 4th down. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25.
All right.
see if they can be more productive this time around. Quickly complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
The corner route was open. It's usually never open in that scenario, but it looked like it was man
Let's
to
see what
man.
they've got on second down. Hands it off. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are
Our defensive
250
end
to
just came in
275
untouched.
pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long.
Great job, line.
Got the screen into that traffic.
Just no blocking whatsoever. Just let him just. Two guys didn't pick up anyone there.
Defense, one of the most critical statistics
Terrible.
out there is how do
Okay.
you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Hunt is on its way. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop.
That is hammered into left. That ball is absolutely murdered. Crushed by Pujols. And that makes it 11-6 here in the 6th.
Appreciate the raid, Ottawa.
Ready to go back to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Caught in the backfield. It's Garza. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
The Bearcats come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Wants to throw. It's Watson. Watch it out of the air. It's a fumble on the play. Oh, the fumble and the defense got it.
And that's a great job by this defense, limiting the yards after catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands.
Oh boy. All right, a turnover.
Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things
Our
happen.
first turnover of the season.
You recover it, a forced turnover.
Defensively, we got to make it pay off. And it doesn't look like it was a fumble.
Western Kentucky offense back
It was questionable, but he's not challenging
We'll see
it.
if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball.
Offense is definitely out of rhythm so far in this game.
Too small. The guy
I do
was
not
open,
feel
so that didn't have a chance to be complete.
Timing is off. Got to pick up a 1st down here.
Now on 2nd and long. Sends it back in motion.
Please blitz. No
Wants
blitz.
to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's Mack.
Let's hold on to the ball.
Ball down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
That's cool. I'm predicting a blitz here. See if I'm right.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33.
There's
To
the
the air on
blitz.
first down.
There's the
Caught behind the
convoy.
line. It's right. Finds a crease at the 20. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. No matter how many times they tell you to look for it, it is tough to
All right.
defend a perfectly executed screen.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go get the quarterback.
A
And
convoy, guys,
like
out
pass,
there. I
but
was
when you
hoping
see it,
60 would
when you
inch
see
back
that screen,
towards
you
the
gotta
numbers, but
retrace your
that's
steps,
okay.
get back in
Down
the
to
play.
the
Nice
11.
job by the offense, but the defense just has to recognize that a little bit sooner.
And the Hilltoppers will snap it on first and 10.
Shift him
Wide
out, pull the
receiver comes
corner
in
away,
motion.
the safety's out.
Looking for room.
Look
It's
at this
right.
blocking, man.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they want to come out and try to get
Blocking
the
is
run game
awful.
established,
Just
but
watching
up front
guys just
defensively,
run
they made a play.
untouched,
They
like
get
my slot
nothing from that.
receivers.
Gotta find
They
some breathing
apparently
room
are
if you're
allergic to
going
blocking, and the
establish
tight ends
yourself on
out
the
there.
ground, and they're
If I run a
resonating that
twin
time.
tight end
Yeah,
set,
Reese, I
that
wonder
second
now if
tight
this
end
offense
does
is maybe
not
going to
block.
try to get to the
I've
perimeter of
noticed
the
that.
field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
Driving me nuts.
He'll try it again. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second.
Be funner if they'd actually stop. All right, this is a big play here because I had time to think about what I wanted to do. So, change of plans from my initial thought. But I still obviously have my timeout, so.
They go back to work after the break, and it is third down.
2 has to block.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground.
Let's go. All right, on the board. This is my third drive of the game. First drive, I got tackled a yard short on third down. Lag. Great. Okay, cool.
So that scoring drive took only 6 plays.
Like I hit X right away and it lagged anyway. Okay. EA does not like me still, I see. Obviously not as bad as the connection against Homie, but that can't happen. That's a freebie. I ended up getting the ball though because he fumbled. So I punted twice. I don't remember what happened on my second drive, but I punted twice, and I got a forced fumble on a hit stick.
That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
And the Bearcats can really attack on this second and short.
I actually prefer that. Makes it easier on who to pick up.
This time they'll go to the running game. Turning it on.
And it doesn't matter because, again, my defensive line doesn't really get any push. If I don't blitz, the defensive line is just getting swallowed up. I would look at their offensive line. Offensive line sucks too. It's good in the middle with the center and the left guard, but it's the lack of a push. Even when I'm trying to bring 5 on the line of scrimmage, I've done that once so far. And 5 on 5, nothing.
Leaves it with the back. makes his man miss.
Damn,
Doing
come
some
on, man.
serious work on the ground, out of bounds at the 35 after that big run.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Hit hard just as
There we
he
go.
released
Hit.
it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Back to throw. It's Watson. This time he's got it. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
So there's step for step right there, and then he immediately slips out of a tackle. Like, my guy goes for the tackle, and he immediately slips out of it. That's kind of ugly, not gonna lie. Those are the plays that are killing me against Boise. Like, you're right there, you have to make a play, and then you end up getting extra yards. You got to tackle him there, and that has to be the end of the drive. Or end of the play, but he ends up getting extra yards.
From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing
Everything covered there.
Falls to the ground, incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
Sucks because it should be 7-3 right now, but the fumble or the lag on the kickoff or on the extra point cost me a point.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the
I am, yeah. I'm gonna probably hop off to get some food, aka get something to snack on, dinner, and then I'll hop back on probably at 9 o'clock.
Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were
Like, I can't even get to the line of scrimmage on any run play.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time,
It's gonna force me to stay in shotgun for this whole game if it's gonna be like this. What's the point in coming out and running the ball? Every time he blitzes, they just walk right in. I didn't ID the mic there, but even when I had numbers in the box, he blitzes from behind and just no one's picking it up.
To start this drive, here comes 2nd and 13.
Super frustrating.
Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. They get to him as he throws.
And I had him open deep too, but couldn't get any time.
He was going to get hit, so he's just trying to get rid of it, but he forced it into double coverage. He's lucky that was only an incompletion.
Like, just defensive linemen walking right in the backfield. That's the third or fourth time that's happened so far, and we're still in the we're only in the first half.
Quarterback making checks.
Crazy.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. That's caught. It's Henry. Tackle is made.
And I saw that he just pulled the defensive lineman out in coverage. If it's not 3rd down, I probably just immediately take off with the quarterback. He just immediately bailed on with a defensive tackle.
The Hilltoppers decide
We're gonna probably have to stay in shotgun this game. I'm gonna have to kick it shorter because I can't trust that my I can't trust that my quarterback or my offensive line is gonna block because they're struggling blocking 4 people right now.
Gonna run it. It's Green. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Bearcats with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Leaves it with the back.
Look at that. They're just walking. Their line is worse than mine.
It's got to feel good as an
And they're
offense
just
knowing that early in the
dominating
drive,
again. It's
you
the
can turn
second game in a
around,
row
hand
where
it
I
off,
played
get
where
a
the
push
line
up
of
front,
scrimmage
go
is
get
totally
positive
dominated by
yardage.
my opponent.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50.
You guys have to pick up this though.
They'll ride the hot
Thank you.
hand. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Watson. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. And a
Where were
good job
those?
of coverage by
Where were
that
those
defense.
last
Just a
man?
short pickup.
You got blasted there.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
It's a good play call there, but just that time the receiver didn't block. Or the guy got kicked out. I saw he ran straight up the field. He didn't block the guy. Because it looks like it's going to be open. That was a good play call on his part. Just that execution by his offensive lineman. We're going to burn a timeout here.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here.
But importantly there, those are the plays that were killing me in against Boise. 2 guys
It'll be
there.
3rd
You
and
have to
long.
make that tackle.
They'll go to the air. Throws to the tight end. And the incomplete
Okay.
pass will bring up 4th down. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout.
Good job by the defense there.
The Bearcats send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. The kick is on its way.
That's
Gonna
favorable.
make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds.
The 22 as opposed to being stuck at the, inside the 20.
First play of the drive
All right.
comes from the 22.
We do not get the ball at the half, so points here would be nice, but I can't turn the ball over.
Looking to throw on 1st down.
Pick.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're...
I thought that he was going to actually step in.
If that don't light your
Right.
fire, your wood is wet. The best play on a field is when the big boy, the most athletic people on the field, the defensive linemen, make game-changing, awesome, super athletic interceptions.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
What is that alignment? I call man-to-man. I had the audible, but I didn't. I should have called timeout. I had the audible. the two guys in the slot, they're man receivers on the whole other side of the field. Not even on the side of the middle of the field, like complete other half of the field. Crazy.
Just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB
Game is so
knew this
stupid.
was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And the extra point gives them a 10-6 lead. That's taking
Bad pick
advantage
on
of a
my part,
golden
and then
opportunity
defensively, we
set
just
up
basically
right
look at
there
that.
in
Like they're on
position
the
as
other
they
side of the
prepare for
field.
the
There's no way
touchdown.
I can defend that.
Kickoff unit on
I
the
should have
field,
called
and this
timeout, but
defense
that's
will be
crazy.
called
Like,
on to
how can you
protect
be in
this
man
lead.
and be lined up all the way, like on the other numbers on the other side? Makes no sense. Game drives me nuts.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do running the ball because we can't seem to block. So I can't, like, I'm trying to run the ball at a single back, but we can't block anybody. I've been tackled in the backfield on almost every run play so far, or hit in the backfield. Oh, God,
They
man.
take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Motion from the wide receiver. Power football with the run. Thrust that arm out. He'll get it up to about the
That could have been bad.
32-yard line
I
before
thought
he's
he was
stopped,
going to
and
come
it'll
in
be
on the
first
backside,
down.
It's
but he
so
did not.
nice as an offense to know you can generate
A
explosive
broken tackle there.
plays
I'm
by
surprised. I
handing the
don't have
football
too
off to
many of
this guy.
those.
He has got incredible speed.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32.
All right.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
I thought he was covering the short guy, so that's the only reason I
Makes
threw it.
another momentum-building play. His second interception in the first half. He can feel where the football's going.
We're going
Got
to
a
lose
good
again.
read on this offense and making plays early and often for his club.
Jeez,
Plenty
man.
of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. On the move, it's Porter. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Watson. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield.
I get so tired of that, man. Hikes the ball and immediately starts rolling out. What are we doing? You're rolling out towards the numbers as soon as the ball's hiked in 5 wide. And I'm spying him, so I'm following him, but geez, man. I feel like it's so, I feel like it's in every game.
They've got it inside the 30 at the 28, first down. Looking downfield on first down. Gets it out fast.
Every
And the
game.
defense settled
Like,
in to stop that one for a short gain.
it's already easy enough to
That's a
play
good job
offense
by the
as it
drag
is,
route there,
especially if you're going to
understanding
come
your
out in
zone
5
coverage.
wide.
So
Do we
instead
really
of
need to roll the
continuing to
quarterback
run
out
across the
right
field,
as the
he
ball is
settles
snapped?
down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Looking downfield very late in the half. Just a short pass to the tight end. Out of bounds after a big pickup on the play. Just a couple of yards short of the goal line.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together.
Not sure
solid
where
first downs
anybody
here.
was.
We're going to need to change this up, find something.
Because I
that
abandoned
can
my
disrupt the
coverage with
quarterback
the
and
guy I
mess
was
up this
controlling.
offensive
I'm just
movement.
watching like, hey, no one is over on that side of the field. Where you at?
Cats have it in scoring position on first and goal.
He's probably going to be wrong.
Trying to punch it in. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Defense wants to bring the heat. Looking to throw, it's Watson. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he's forced out of
See,
bounds
same
close
thing
to the
again.
goal
It's
line,
not a
and this
rollout
shot
play, and as
saved
soon
the
as the ball
touchdown.
snapped, we're just running to the sprinting to the
Absolutely
sideline,
nothing
man.
doing there on the quarterback run. Defense takes all the gaps away. They use their speed to force him to the sidelines. He didn't even gain any yards, guys, before going out of bounds.
That's the second play in a row. The ball snapped and immediately right to the sideline, like not even trying to hide it. Oh, that means that it's probably a one-read offense. As in, if my guy's not open right away, I'm just running to the sideline hoping someone else breaks open.
And he's going to bring this one out. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime
Ridiculous, man.
stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. And that'll do it. Here in the second quarter, halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. And the Hilltoppers will kick it away to crank up the second half.
And it should be, again, 13-7. If I lose a little bit of momentum because of
The ball
a missed
bounces
extra
through
point
the end
because of
zone,
lag.
and it will be a touchback.
And then I gave up a touchdown because I come out in man defense and my guys are lined up on the other side of the
They
field.
opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
What's up,
Yeah,
Vic?
and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go right back to him. Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Landed properly on that
And
one.
if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half.
Because I'm
Like,
trying to
coming out,
fan out my
not
defensive
letting them run
end
the
to make
football,
sure that he
being the
can
more
get out there,
physical
but my
and more
defensive
aggressive
ends are
team.
slow.
Lost
So
one on
it's
that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
only going to help me so much. All right, if his guy cuts in, take it.
They'll try to pop the draw. Breaks the tackle. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
And oftentimes running backs love drop plays because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback's selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second. So the D-line's rushed away upfield, and now it's so much easier for these backs to find their holes and pick their lanes.
To the air. It's Watson. And the third down pass is incomplete.
That's a break there.
Look, I know this offense made some adjustments at halftime, and they couldn't wait to get back out on the field and try to generate a score. But their defense is playing lights out. So to me right now, this is a no-brainer. After the incompletion on third, just punt it away and let your defense eat.
The Bearcats will try to pin them back with the punt.
Drop the ball and I'll catch
Pulls
your
it
ass.
in and looking upfield. Cover guys getting down to do their job, and they'll stop him at the 15.
That'd be one of those ones block would be on me. Like, why didn't you just take the thing? I thought that I would be able to cut up, but he had the right angle there. His blocking on special teams has been fantastic. It's funny, I played Boise State and I had space. I haven't had any space at all on any return so far in this game.
Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. Brings into the open. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
I'm missing a formation, or I just not see it? Because his rushers off the edge are just walking in. The same thing happened with Boise, though. Like, if he blitzed from the slot, those guys were just walking in. My guys aren't picking them up. That one, I didn't need him to, and that wasn't the scheme. But I've noticed that whenever he blitzes from there, those guys are just like, bam. Should be open.
Wants to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's right. Still running at the 40. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive.
It's a good thing I made that adjustment. Good blocking, too. They held just long enough.
That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Wants to go up top on first down. Gets it out quickly. On the move at the 30. Wide open.
Like that, dude. Like that. He doesn't have, I don't have any wiggle with these running backs. I have big, bulky backs. I don't have any speed or, like, I don't have any speed in the running back position in terms of guys being able to make moves. It's just Derrick Henry's all throughout my roster. All right, no lag, please. Thank you.
And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd.
I hope that point doesn't come back to hurt me because it should be 14-13.
And they finish things off with a 44-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd.
We just really need.
He'll bring it out. It's O'Neal. That is a decision he will.
How? How do you break that?
Brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the
He's
10.
running, and then look at that. Boom. And then he stops, plants. Just eats a big hit and stops and plants and turns. Such a weird looking animation there.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Back to throw, it's Watson. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Still backed up pretty deep. It's 2nd and 5 from the 15. to pass. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You've got to catch that and make that a pick.
So third and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the catch. It's Humphries. He'll get it up to about the 32.
What is 11 doing? He was running step for step with them, and then he just warped up the field.
What a great job by that quarterback finding his
Like, he's right there, and then you just see him just...
stats at the end of the game.
It looked like he was there, and then just some animation has made him just zip up the field. Just follow your guy.
Drill third down so much in practice.
He must have hit one of his teammates, or got close to one of his teammates, and it made him bounce off.
To the ground with the back. Not a whole lot of room there.
But again, we had an opportunity to get off the field.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around.
And
just get downhill when you see
we drop an interception. Like, it's hard enough to get those opportunities, and we dropped it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Dropping back, it's Watson. Fires to the big fella. No chance to run, but still a good game.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
They'll try to get it through the air. He hurls one deep down the left side.
Thank you,
And
defense.
that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there. And
All right,
now
man.
it's fourth down.
Defense did a great job.
Good
Third
play
and short,
call
they pulled
there.
the side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to
Good
break
play
on the ball,
call.
force the incompletion.
I was trying to take that away. Oh, man.
And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it.
I thought it showed. For some reason, I thought it said punt, not paying attention. Because it gave me punt, so I thought he was punting the ball. Guess not. I had to waste the time out there.
This is not leather helmet era football. This is analytics. Around midfield, 4-down territory. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty.
And then we're back to where we started.
The Bearcats line up to punt it away.
On to kick it away.
He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds.
Interesting sequence there. I have to look back at that because I thought that it showed punt, so I come out and punt defense because that's what it recommended, and then he's in 5 wide. Like, huh?
They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their to throw on first down off the play fake. Takes a hit as he fires. Got his man downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And those long shots, man, I tell you what, it takes a little bit longer to develop. So as a quarterback, you know you got to buy a little bit of time. Mad respect, man. Hanging in there, knowing he's going to get hit, but still making the big play down the field.
I don't trust him to throw a bullet. So I don't trust the bullet throw because I'm scared that, like, I see the guy
So
right
for the
there.
tough field
I'm scared
position,
he's
one
gonna get his
play, they're
shit pushed
already to
in.
the 35. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And they'll move the
Whew.
chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
The only reason I threw it is because I thought he was out of position. If he picks it off, I'm just all I can do is tip my cap. But I thought he was out of position on that. That's why I threw it. That's a dicey throw.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Blitzing a lot on first down. I tried to the pressure again because his blitzes have worked really well. Like, I'm trying to get that ball
This
up
has
the
been
field.
a
I couldn't
tight
do
one.
it though
Third
because of the
quarter
pressure.
all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10.
Understandably so.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air.
I hate that. He immediately takes back, he rushes 3, and then he gets to walk in the backfield anyway. Hate that so much. Just taking defensive tackle and oh, that pains me. That should be an
They
easy.
fought tooth
It
and
should
nail
be easy
through
yards.
Philly,
If
and
the
it is
defensive tackle is
all
running
wrapped
up,
up
2
as we
people
take
should be
a look at
blocking
the
a defensive
stats.
end. There's
We've
no
swapped
reason he should
sides
be
of the
walking
field,
in
and
my
we are
backfield.
ready for
He
the
should
finish as the
immediately be
fourth
punished
quarter
for that.
gets underway.
Immediately. Oh, that pisses me off so much. It's the second time he's done that. And a defensive end who should be double team walks in the backfield. Hate that so much. A 3-man rush and the guy just walks in. Like, it's almost like the offensive line is confused because someone's supposed to be there and they don't know what to
So
do
we
because
open the
he's
final
not.
period with a third down play. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Makes the grab.
So
He's
cheesy.
going to come
That's
up
the
about
second time
5
he's done
yards
that in
short
5
of the line
wide.
to gain.
And it just, why aren't, like, how can they not block one guy?
Will call on their punt team. He'll try to really get into
All
this
right,
one.
me and him are definitely gonna have a little bit of chat after this. All right, we'll see what he's made of now in the
They
fourth
boot it
quarter
away
because
on
now
fourth
we'll have to
down.
see what he does on offense.
And
I'll
no
have to
shot
watch
at
the
a
rollout.
return here as the punt goes out of bounds.
Well, the move there was that one I saw. I couldn't throw the square on the bomb, but as soon as he runs with the defensive tackle, he's not blitzing. I already saw that. There's a 3-man rush against 5. I should be able to easily pick up
Another
yards,
opportunity here.
and
They
I
had to
can't.
punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board.
And he falls
And he
forward for an
finds
extra
enough
couple
running
yards
room,
there.
and he's marked
That's
down
my
at
fault
the
for coming
20.
out in 3-3-5.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and
But
when you can
that's
run
so
with that type
bad,
of
man.
efficiency on
That
first
should have
down,
been an
you are
immediate first
dangerous.
down. But the guys were confused, like they didn't know who to pick up. And the defensive end just walks in. Like, you have a
And the
guard and a
Bearcats in
tackle
a
over
good
there. That
spot
shouldn't
here with
happen.
2nd and short.
There's no one for the guard to block. Why aren't you doing anything?
They'll keep it on the ground.
First
He is
down.
brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Good
Gotta have
Lord,
short
man.
area quickness. That running back there doing
And
what
I
he
have to
can
make sure I
make sure
keep
he
a
got that
defensive
first
end
down.
in so I can make sure defensive end there so I can watch a
Finally, some
potential
signs of
scramble.
life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Watson. Pocket breaking down. He'll
See,
try
like
to do it
that.
himself.
The initial read is the running back with the thing, and he just starts inching
He was trying
immediately
to push it downfield. He was looking
to
for a
move.
receiver, trying to make a play. You could tell the pressure started to get to him a little bit.
That
Nowhere to
pressure
go
is
with the
there because
football.
that's
His
kind of
feet
what I
on
was
the
doing.
doors.
Like the middle is open, so you're going up the field. But I have I have someone there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the route was on the right side of the
So now
screen.
it's 2nd and long. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it.
What
Quarterback
is
just
that?
wide
I've
open.
never seen that play
Incomplete.
before. What is that? It was like a wide receiver screen to the long side of the field. I've never seen that before. That's a pretty cool play.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Stands in and takes the hit. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't
You're
do it.
talking about the check down
And the
for the big
Bearcats
play.
will line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter.
It's a good punt. Because why would I read anything? He rushed 4 and he immediately bailed with the defensive tackle. I shouldn't have to read anything. That should be an easy.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that
Did it
first
again,
play,
by the
and
way.
it gets you
But
in less
it should
predictable
be.
situations.
No doubt, too.
That
Does it
should
just
be
feel
easy,
like
an
it's a little
easy
bit more
read.
sense of
He
urgency down
rushed
the stretch? It
4 and
just
he
feels
took
like
someone in
they've
the
got to
middle
be
of
able
the
to
the
put
rush
some points
away.
up on the board here.
The guy should fan out, and I should have a truck lane to just run with because he's running backwards. He clearly isn't paying any attention to the quarterback. But the
And
defensive
the
end crashes
Hilltoppers have
down
a
and takes
lot
it
of
away
options on 2nd and
because
inches.
he didn't get blocked by either guy.
They'll move the wide receiver. From the gun, running back on the move. He's going to lose a
There's
yard on that
nothing for
one.
me to read there.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the
Like, I
sideline
get what you're saying,
call it again, throw me the
but
ball.
there's
I can
nothing
go
for me to
do
read.
this.
Like,
It's
I should
never a
immediately
good
be able to
feeling
take
for the
off.
running back in that
Anybody
situation.
should be able to take off, even with a slow quarterback. There's no one there. So you're saying I should throw a ball because the guy's smaller when I
They need to get
just
a little
had an
closer for a
interception
field goal
because the
try, and they've got to
linebacker
do it
picked
in a
up 2
hurry.
people on to end the first half?
To the ground to try to move the chains. They've got it
Like, we
inside
haven't
the
played this
40 at
game
the
enough to
39
know
as
that
they pick up the 1st down.
because you have a
One of
size
the things you
mismatch,
love about
it
this
doesn't
running
matter.
back
I
is his
had Florida
physicality.
State
He's
last
got great
season
size, and
with
because of
Deuce
that, he can wear
Robinson, and he was
defenses
getting
down. Those 2
manhandled by
3 and
corners
4
that were
yard gains in the
5'10" and
first and second
5'11" on
quarter,
deep balls,
they
50
become
50
big
ball,
gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and
50
you're seeing
50,
that
and
now.
he's struggling to even get his hand on the ball on bombs down the field. So I'm supposed to trust the tight end on a G5 team to do that? Mm.
The Hilltoppers come to the line with a new set of downs. Back in motion, try to clear the picture.
He's blitzing,
To the air on 1st down.
and he dropped it.
And the physical play there forces
Can't
the
catch the ball, guys.
incompletion on 1st down.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
I can't throw the out because with him stumbling by the sideline, that's risky. I probably should have waited an extra second, but I wasn't sure that linebacker was going to
Plenty of
jump in
distance
and
between their
take it away.
mistakes here on second down.
I have to throw the triangle if he's open. So it's triangle, circle, R, circle, triangle, R1. That's the read.
Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air.
Fuck, I hit the wrong button. I meant to hit
This is going to
triangle.
be intercepted. A big
Fuck, the
play to
running back was
tie the
wide
game.
open too.
He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the
Like,
37.
man, I said it in my
Pressure was
head
rising.
and I read the
Finally just
progression
able
and
to
I
get
hit the
inside
wrong
this
button.
entire
That was supposed to
game,
be
and
to
the
the running back
defense
because he was
comes up
open.
with that
He
big
jumped
play.
Yeah,
up
so the
and that made
quarterback,
sure
he's
that
got
the
to be
angle
able to
route was
handle the
picked up,
situation.
but it
Obviously,
also made
everything
sure that the
gets
running back was
elevated.
going to be
Everything
open.
has
I
to
hit the
happen
wrong
a
button
split
there.
second sooner. You feel the crowd noise, you can feel the energy, but you've got to keep your poise. And you just wonder in this juncture of the game if the quarterback's starting to lose his cool.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
We just ran that play. All right. Good job, defense. Because that time I was over there since I just saw it. You see me going over to try to help pick it up.
They're dealing with a second and long.
I'm gonna spy that defensive end over there.
Leaves it with the running back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to
Like
the
that's
run,
a gain
then
of
you open it up
5,
for the
but
passing
it
game.
becomes a gain of 8 because he somehow slips through there.
The Bearcats line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. Getting the field, it's Watson. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a
Thank you,
big play
Williams.
and a
I
tie
wasn't
game.
sure that he was going to be able to pick it off. I thought he caught it at first.
Touchdown,
So,
Western Kentucky. What
oh,
a
defense,
play.
thank
Not
you.
only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And at this juncture of the game, one play is going to make the difference. It's going to be a momentum-changing play. Who's going to come up with it that time, Pollock? It's the pick six to break the tie.
And the defense, you're thinking, get a stop, get a stop. This is late in the fourth quarter. This is how we're going to get a win. Our offense is going to go down the field. No, they get the turnover, they force it, and they get to the end zone to create the massive game-changing play.
He's not paying attention coming out and onside kick or
Bounds
unless
through
it's
the back of
blitz.
the end zone, and it'll be a touchback.
I dropped the interception earlier, but we get the one when we absolutely need one, and that's been a struggle for me. I've struggled being able to pick off the ball in this year's game.
Back to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
And just an awesome job by that defender on that play.
Good play there.
Great awareness, and he had his eyes on the quarterback, so he saw the ball thrown, and as such, he was able to go and swat it away.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Gets the back moving. Second down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Green.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of...
I wouldn't say that it's not. I'm not a big fan of coming out and immediately roll, like, as soon as you snap the ball.
This offense has to dial something up.
Back to pass, it's
Oh, yeah, I'm
Watson.
screwed here.
Caught near the sticks, it's Green.
That's a bad play call on my part. I'm not a big fan of coming out and immediately moving with your quarterback rolling out the pocket.
Will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Keeps looking downfield. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
That looked weird. He's like he ran up to the line of scrimmage and then he backed up. I've never seen anyone do that before. Huh? I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that before.
Big play for the defense with the first down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on second down. Wants to go up top. Here's a throw downfield late. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Screw you and your empty quads, David. Screw you. I might burn a timeout here.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
I still might burn a timeout here. I hate that formation so much because you almost can guarantee one of those guys in the slot's going to run a streak. You just try to guess right. I got lucky that I did. If I don't like the look, timeout.
Come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play.
12 Burrows block.
Looking for space. It's right. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a
but I can't run the clock yet.
Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Because he can still get the ball back with like 20 seconds.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down.
Do not fumble the ball. It goes without saying.
Tight end now in motion. On the move. Runs through a tackle. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down.
I can't with this game. Damn you, EA.
They'll go to the ground. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. As they come to the line on second down, ordinarily you might go up top, but they need to keep this one on the ground, keep that clock winding. Here's the give off the left side. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead. Late in the fourth quarter, inside of a minute, I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
It's all about time here. I know he's gonna blitz, but it's easy now because you can just sell out to stop the run.
Let's see what they do on third down.
It's all about just trying to eat up as much time on this play as possible.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I love the awareness by the defense there. Third and long, everybody in the building thinking this is going to be a pass, but up front, they were very, very aware that they might see run. They did a really good job playing with their eyes. They rally to the ball, they get the TFL, and now they set up fourth and long.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
I call timeout.
The delay of game pushes the offense back.
I I call timeout and they didn't give it to me. That's it doesn't really matter, but
The
really?
Hilltoppers will bring the punt team onto the field. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work.
It's not as deep of a kick as I wanted, but I
They'll
had to
start
make
this
sure
drive
that
at
went
their
out of
own
bounds.
48. Maybe some confusion on the snap count there. That's maybe what caused the false start. Either way, offense is penalized.
And then he gave me a freebie there.
A full field of defensive backs trying to take away the deep ball. Looking to throw, it's Watson. Fires to the middle. The ball hits the ground,
Finally, I
and
got to
this
win.
thing is over and
7 games in a row
absolutely
that I've lost.
heartbreaking loss.
7.
You want to talk
And we
about
finally
pounding
got
the
to
rock?
win. Oh, good Lord, man. I think, Duvid, the last person I beat you, sorry, I beat you, and I think I beat Higgins. Higgins was the last one that I had. Then I lost 7 games, 6 games in a row to end last season, and then I lost to IROC. Like I should be more excited about getting a win, but I just feel relieved, man. I feel so relieved. But I'm very, very surprised that that interception happened because I didn't think he was going to pick the ball off. I honestly was hoping on that interception that he was just going to hit the ball. That's all I wanted. Oh God. I'm just messaging him. more than just one or two. Giving you you run quads. That means you like the number four. I think that's what you're saying, dude. But you want forwards in your coach report. That's what you're saying. Am I getting that right? No, I'm just messing with you. The thing that the honestly, this is the thing I hate about quads. It's not that the formation is meta because it already is. It's not even the meta part of the formation. It's that you can't realign the defense. So there's limitations in what I can do defensively when you come out in quad. So I can move one guy, and obviously I'm gonna either move someone or control someone over there, but I can't shift my defense. So I can align them and then have a zone coverage behind it if I'm running zone that I want. I can't do that because I can't shift like how we used to be able to do on older EA games in football where I could shift my linebackers. I can't do that now. All I can do is really show blitz, and you're probably not going to run press. That alone is just drives me nuts. That alone drives me nuts. Yeah, that guy he mentions like there was some weird animation. The one where the kick returner, yeah, because remember when I hit stick his kick returner, he like turned and then immediately ran up the field like, huh? He just said that. It's like, yeah, you have me dead to rights, and somehow my kick returner turned and stayed on his feet. Very odd. This is one of the worst offensive games that I've had in a while. He played good defense. That second interception, before we even look at this, now let's look at the stats first so I can get the screenshots. I edit this over the weekend. Like he played good defense. I'm just, I was mad about that run play with the quarterback because I told him because he said on that the run play he didn't want to run because the middle was open, and I told him if someone doesn't spy or have someone in the middle of the field to watch the quarterback, they deserve to be ran on. So if they dock you for that, they're being petty. That's why I told him because I left the middle open because I was concerned with him running outside the pocket. So if he would have ran up the middle, I'm like, I'm not going to be mad about that. There was no one there. You should. I tried to do the same thing when he bailed with the defensive tackle, but that's one of the worst run games I have had ever. Because a lot early on in the game, I was getting blasted in the backfield, like blasted in the backfield. Three turnovers, and then the that penalty sucked. I'm not mad about the 5 yards, but then he hurt himself trying to call a hot route, and that cost him 5 yards on that Hail Mary. And then I came out and prevent, but I hot routed a guy to blitz, like just try to make the ball come out early. But a pick six, of all the things, as much as I have struggled and been frustrated with the defense on this game, it's the defense that ultimately won the game with a pick six. He has more interceptions than I have with Wilson last season. He has one. Wilson didn't get a single pick for me all last season with Florida State. I think he had 13 passes defended, but did not pick off a single pass. Porter had some good runs, and a lot of Porter's runs were me trying to come out in three linemen and trying to blitz behind it. Or if I thought a pass was coming, I came out in three linemen with coverage to see what he would do, and then he ran. But we have to do a better job of corralling them when we get them. It's the same thing. If you have two guys get to the ball, you got to stop his forward progress, and they could. We had that issue against Boise in the last game. I kind of need that to not happen in this game. And there's a couple plays like it's not really a complaint. It's just me thinking the difference of second down and come out second and 8, and you get 6 yards because the guy is able to push through two guys and make it 3rd and 2 versus he gets hit for a 3 yard gain and then we bring him down. So 3rd and 2 versus 3rd and 5. I have to watch for the run. So I have to guess run or pass. But 3rd and 5, you're kind of in that fringe range where I can kind of focus on the pass. And I just have to, if I'm going to stop the run, I would stop it differently on 3rd and 5 versus 3rd and 2. So those few yards make a big difference. I was talking to IROC after our game, and I was saying the same thing. I'm like, it's not really always the number of broken tackles, is what the impact of it is. Because if it turns a 3rd and long to 3rd and medium, or a 6 to 3rd and 1 because of a broken tackle, like that's a big deal because it's harder to get off the field now. Your playbook gets bigger the fewer yards you have to get. And I have to be aware of that. And it kind of exposes you defensively because what are you trying to stop? Like, are you really trying to stop the run? It probably looks obvious. Are you trying to stop the pass? It probably looks obvious in the short yardage situation. So we have to do a better job of that. We have to do a better job of blocking because the blocking in this game is terrible, like absolutely terrible. There's a lot of times he came with a 4-man rush and just the defensive end was just blowing me up in the backfield. Like, we can't have that. We're not good enough of a team, especially with my left tackle. You're supposed to be my best offensive lineman. He has to be better. He can't be that bad. And then this guy, I know my right tackle sucks, but look at him. 5 tackles for a loss by himself. Wild. I can struggle in the run game, dude. To be honest, it's the struggles in the run game. It depends on how you define the struggle. He got his yards, but a lot of his yards came because on first down he came out in a formation that I thought he was gonna pass. I thought he was gonna pass, and then he ran. So he has numbers like it's 3 down linemen. I'm dropping 8. He's got a shotgun with a tight end. So he's got 6 blockers against 3. I'm trying to just push in and slow some, like try to guess the hole and maybe try to push in and force you to have to make a cut. That's definitely not the way to get the job done. Because against Boise, I just got manhandled. Even in situations where I thought I called a play where I blitzed, it didn't matter because a blitzer got swallowed too. So he's having not even truck lanes. He's having, 747 lanes to run through because there's no one there. Like have 4 on the line, I bring 2, and then all 6 are being perfectly blocked. You're in the second level. And then we're already giving up a bunch of broken tackles. So now I'm expected to bring him down on the first hit when we can't even bring him down when we have 2 people hit him at the same time. Yeah, it makes it really difficult to get a stop there. You would think that, Crazy Eyes, but I remember I had Florida State last season and I played teams that were worse than them, and those things didn't happen for me either. Like, I have numbers in the box, and then an offensive lineman just completely just whiffs on the guy, blocking the guy directly in front of him, and the play gets blown up. Or you say, hey, Boise's better than Western Kentucky. So then my 82 rated left tackle, who's the best guy on my line, should be able to block someone who's in the 60s, right? He's not going to let someone just run right by him that's on his shoulder when that's his responsibility, right? And then he just, mm. So I have to cut immediately because I can't, like, it blows up the play because I can't look for a hole. I'm already dodging someone right away. And I'm not saying they should block perfect every time, but it's just like some of those things. Like if there's someone right in front of you, your responsibility is right there. I need you to at least engage. If you lose, I'm cool with that. Not really, but you know what I mean. Like I'm cool with you losing. I'm not cool with you not even trying. And that's the thing that gets me because there's times where you just watch your guy do nothing. We're gonna look at some of these replays here and see, but the interceptions killed me. The last interception was my fault because I hit the wrong button. The second interception was also my fault because I misread the coverage. The first one, actually, no, the first one was my fault because I misread the coverage because he was in cover two. The second one, I thought the linebacker was going to jump on the shallow route, but he just pricked up both. So it's funny because if I throw the shallow route to the tight end, I think he would have picked it off, which is why I threw the one deeper because I thought he was creeping up, but then he jumps, lays out and, dives and catches that ball. So I'm like, well, either way, I was screwed. Now, last year, I felt like the blocking might have been too good, but the defensive play was better. So even though the blocking was better on offense, playing with the defense, I felt like even though I know it's harder to stop the run because the blocking is better, that I still felt like I could play. Like remember last year, IROC had Boise State. He had um Genty. I had to think for a second. And with Genty, obviously a nightmare, but I felt like I could defend Genty better in the sense I can corral him and force him to have to break tackles. Because my thought was playing against Genty, break the tackles. I don't care. We're just gonna keep throwing bodies at you. The wear and tear is gonna get to you. So in the second half, he's not gonna be as effective. If we do what we do offensively, we should be in a good situation late in the game because he's gonna be tired. Those home run plays aren't gonna happen. No, it's me, Vic. Vic is Western Virginia, and then Doc. Doc's Oregon State. Doc's gonna be joining us for the first time on the next episode tomorrow. But this was the killer here. Like, so I'm talking about. So the broken tackles were better, which I expected because it's not Boise, but he had 5 broken tackles. I didn't run the ball as much as I wanted to, and I really shouldn't have given Wright the ball 12 times. But 2 broken tackles. I don't get many broken tackles, so I don't know. Maybe my X button is broken, but we don't break a lot of tackles on this side of the PlayStation. So most of my run plays have to be schemed up. He does the videos. Have you seen the NDL Media tab with videos? If you go into NDL Media Hub on Discord, there should be a channel for videos. He does stuff on there. I agree because you see, my running back was tired and in that last drive, but I didn't take him out because I just needed him to protect the ball. I brought in Landers on that last pay, but I just need him to protect the ball. Appreciate the follow, all pro money. Um, but you're right you're right because last year's game in the ACC facing Maffa was just like stiff arm me here, running through a tackle here, and it's just like he's still effective in the fourth quarter against me. But then when we played against LSU, because they have a much more physical defense and better players and abilities, thumper or whatever other crap they have that affects wear and tear. Basically, his mindset was, I'm just going to keep hitting him until he gets tired, and then he's not effective at all. And then he couldn't use him in the second half because dude was dead. And it's like, well, I'm going to keep, El Jefe was still using him because, that's his best player. But he's clearly dying. He's red, not even yellow. Dude was red in the third quarter. And that ended up being the difference in the game because as soon as he got tired, that game just slowly started, Bucknut slowly started to pull away because that's your biggest weapon. It's El Jefe can pass, but his run game is so dominant, especially because of him, because he can scheme open runs, but then he has that too, where he's just able to scheme open a run and then break an extra tackle to get more yards or a touchdown, or fail in scheming it properly, but still get a big play because his guys are Maffa was so good, he could just run through multiple tackles. 20-13, Vic. I'm definitely gonna have to start waking up a little bit earlier before I play my game. That one was rough, starting out the game. So I'm like, man, I felt like I was still waking up. I should have woke up a little bit earlier. We agreed to play at 7, and I woke up at 6:50. Enough time to wake up, take a piss, and then check the roster to make sure that the depth chart wasn't screwed up. He played good defense. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. I'm glad that his offense was struggling early because if it wasn't, he could have ran away with this. It took a while for me to try to get into a groove. I was struggling. But turnovers, the difference in the game. And I'm telling you, that extra point miss almost got me. That extra point miss almost got me because of lag. It didn't register the button press, and it almost cost me big time. Because I could have been I was already in an odd situation there, and it's just momentum shifted a little bit. And his videos are good. I was hoping that he would do like the NDL Sports Center stuff because I'll be honest with you, it's a lot of work, and I'm about to start working 60-hour work weeks starting next week. I am not like I don't want to have to do that. All right, let's look at the replays because that's where the real fun in these games are. So let's look at the first quarter. A 22-yard by Porter. What happened here? You got a four-man front. I have a linebacker on the line. I'm probably in zone. I wish it would show, what your call was. No? Was I in man and he had the running back? I couldn't have done that because I wouldn't be, that'd be crazy work by me to do that. I could have been in cover one and the safety up here. I really need to hook up that tablet. That safety up there could have been picking up too. I'm not sure what I was in. I'm pretty sure I was in zone. I'm just not sure what kind of zone. But this is what should happen. So you see 5-on-5, boom, everybody blocks between 71 and 70 or take it outside. Either one's open. 71 and 70, I'm coming in. I hit him at the, little past the line of scrimmage. He breaks the tackle. He's stiff arming. I'm not sure what happened with number two there. That's interesting one because I switched there trying to make a tackle, and then he stiff arms, and then we finally do tackle him. But then we get a stop. Then on 3rd and 7, I went with a screen pass. It got blown up. But 2nd and 6, I ran. It got blown up. That was the killer for me. You see, the first run, I got hit in the backfield, but I fell forward for no gain. 4 yards, 4 yards, punt. 69 yards on the punt. 8-yard run, 22-yard run, 2-yard run. Deflection, incomplete altogether. Punt. We get the ball back. 4 yards, loss, or again, hit in the backfield. Um, Screen doesn't work. And then we have our first big play of the game because he's trying to get in a groove. So what was the situation? 3rd and 1. So this is what I'm talking about here. What do you do here? You're gonna have single coverage on the outside. I'm gonna try to play for the run. Because you see I blitz too. and then I'm controlling the linebacker coming across because I'm going to get the running back. But good play call because I sold out, I guess, the run to try to stop the run. So that's an excellent call on his part. And I stop here because I already realized I can't get to the running back. So I'm just going to switch and pick up the tight end. He throws it on the curl route. Good call. You see, I'm switched to the safety. Bam. Okay, he did fumble the ball. So I wasn't sure. Like in real time, it looked like his knee was down, but he did fumble. And we recovered. And I tried to plant the turn up field, but I couldn't. But we get the ball. Cool. So then the big play on this drive was white or white right. Something I very rarely do, coming out in pistol and running a screen. Because screens, I feel like if I don't run it out of shotgun, I feel like I never have enough time to get the ball off. But he is blitzing a lot on first down, so I was expecting a blitz, and you see he brings six, or it looked like he was bringing six. It looked like honestly like he guessed run, and then I didn't run. But as I said while the play was going on, the convoy. Look at those three guys, and they didn't run up the field like on an angle screen, so no illegal man downfield. Not that they ever call it anyway. 63, perfect block. 50, good block. I was hoping that 60 would come like out here more, to closer towards the numbers, but he veered in. It's fine. I got down to the 12. Good stuff. We go to the second quarter, so no points yet. And then the touchdown run on 3rd and 1, also something I don't really do. Came out in pistol. So I wanted to come out in shotgun, but it's too far back for the handoff. I wanted the quarterback to be a little bit closer in case I called a pass play to try to get the ball off quick and maybe, give the look of I could run or pass here. So he blitzes, but 60 kind of swallows him up. I'm not sure who he was controlling, the other linebacker. So good job by 60, even though that guy kind of turned into him. Because I'm looking at this guy here when I hike the ball. Because I'm looking at the linebackers. If he just runs right through there, we might have a problem. But 60 does come out, but he turned into the block, which is really weird. And he falls forward into the end zone. A missed tackle there, I'll take it. Missed the extra point because of lag. All right, 22-yard rush. What happened on this one? Three down linemen. I'm sure I was in zone. Yep. And I'm controlling out there. Because when he called this play, I thought it was going to be a pass. So I swapped over to that guy so I could try to play against a pass to something short to the tight end, leak it out the backfield. And it was actually a run. And you see, huge hole to run through. Juke, that second one slowed him down enough that it didn't turn into a bigger play. 3rd and 6 incomplete, kicks the field goal on 4th. Again, 1st and 10, a loss of yards, blown up in the backfield on the run. Punt, get the ball back, and then the interception. So back to back plays. So if I remember right, this was the one to the left, the 17 on spacing. That's one of my favorite base plays to run. So he picked up the tight end. I saw that right away, the way he was playing, because he was controlling the linebacker. So I know I can't throw to 81. I could throw to the back and hope for the best. But this is the thing here. I see him there, and I saw him go outside. So I thought that he was going to keep going outside as 17 came in, but he sat there. Oh, this is the scary part on this play. This is a bad read on my part, 100%. It's a terrible read because he just sat right where I was throwing the ball. but you're looking at what's behind him. Circle. He's running an out route. I also don't feel like it's safe to throw that ball because I feel like that ball gets picked off too. Like he's going to be able to cover both routes, even though he's, 10 yards away from the guy down the field. I don't know how you complete that ball over his head because I feel like the computer still jumps and picks that ball off. So that's just a bad read on my part altogether. And I said it when it happened. And then the touchdown, I was mad about this because it's, I called man, and I want you to look at this. So 11 has 7, and he was the deep safety. So 29 had him, and then I want to say this safety over here or this linebacker over here had the slot receiver. He's so far away from one. See, 3 kind of drifting over, but there's no way that he can get over there because he's still playing the run. I'm supposed to be the deep safety. I tried the audible, but I didn't get it in time. And there's nothing I could do because there's so like 3 was so far away, like no impact on the play whatsoever. And it's just an easy block. So I was really upset about that because I called man to man, and the dude's on the other side of the hashes. There's no way he can cover that. And then on an RPO, instinctually, it's a delayed reaction. That little hesitation on, if they can hold, and I didn't have it set for him to play the pass, so that hesitation just made it worse. That's an easy touchdown. This one was a tough one because I thought I had a good play call here. Like, because we got the block on the back end. 11 did what he was supposed to do, so I'm looking. 17 is not going to be open, I don't think, but he's clearing out for Burrows. So in real theory, I probably right I can't set. I have to set first. I probably throw to Burrows, and that's kind of what I was looking at because, like, hey, he's got 81. Burrows is there. Painful pick. The sad part about it is if you look at Mac 7 or Henry 17, he really was open. I didn't think he would be, which is why I didn't want to throw him the ball. I probably could have threw it short, but I really thought with the way that he was covering him, if I threw it short, that he was going to jump in front of that route and pick it off. This is why I threw to Burrows because I assumed that he was locked in on the tight end, so it would have been an easy completion. Henry was the read, but I didn't see it, so that's another one that's on me. It's a bad read, also a bad throw, because technically, if I let go of the ball right here, Burrows is open because of how far away that linebacker is. But I waited too long, but I waited because I wanted him to set his feet because he's a right-handed quarterback. But we didn't give up any points before the half. So that was a plus because I thought we were going to give up a touchdown. I'm like, this is where the game gets kind of bad. That one was wide open. I don't know what defense I called there. I have to actually go back and look at the regular video. I don't know what I called there. It looks like it's cover 4 quarters because he was just no one picked him up. I thought he was going to score on that play. Then he ran the ball, got stopped. Second down, it was basically a one read and run with the quarterback, but we were able to keep the quarterback from scoring. Thankfully, like the way the routes were ran, I was able to hit R3 and not give up anything. All right, third quarter. What we got here? This is the one where I had my running back hot routed to an out route because he had been blitzing a lot again. A lot of blitzes on first down. So you see 3-man rush. There's the fourth coming with the blitz, and my running back gets stuck in the backfield. and I have to lob the ball out there. But something that Pat talked about before in the live chat, look at the angle. You're thinking, I'm thinking that he's just going to catch the ball, and it's a positive play. But we're at the 27. Or he catches the ball like the 27, 28, but the angle was terrible there by the computer. That's why he was able to break open on that play. And then 9, though, does angle correctly, and I try to make an inside move, and he's slow. I just tried to turn. 88 speed's not bad though. Like it's a big play. I'm not mad about that at all. And then the touchdown play to Burrows. David, you better watch this formation. I love this play. Cross screen, one of my favorite plays in the game because it's a two read look. The screen to the left, guess what? It's open. But I don't see, I see that, but what I also see is this. There's only one guy out there, Henry, that corner, and Burrows is sitting there. So I get to let him catch the ball and turn upfield right away. Unfortunately, Henry, couldn't keep him occupied longer, but Burrows is so fast. Henry does make the block downfield, and that's all I needed. 96 speed. No one in this Conference USA is fast enough to catch up to him. So that was definitely a big play there. But I also have a lot of plays. That's one of my favorite plays in the game. But I also have a lot of other things that play off of that motion, so I can do a lot of stuff off of it. Quarterback run, routes, runs with my running back. There's RPOs off of it. I like it so much because that actual formation, like it feels like everything plays off of the same motion, which is nice as opposed to just, kind of, I guess you would say, plays that work really well. It's just a formation that can give the same motion but 7 different plays off of it, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure what this one was. I want to say what I was controlling 21. Yep. And I was trying to pick up that hook route. So I basically should have just kept going. So that's what it was. Come like 11, I was watching the play. 11 was right there with him. And he just run. I mean, that's realistic, but I mean, that sucks. They could have called pass interference, even though that would have been a really crappy PI. But that animation right there, that push, like how we cut up field, got 7 open because Robinson was there. You at least would have had an opportunity to try to make a play on the ball. And then the throw has to be good. So he was way too open on that. And then I think this was when I had to call a timeout because I thought he came out and punt, and then he was at 5 wide. Then I called timeout. Then he got to delay a game, and I declined it because I know the play clock was short. And then he punted. Henry. Henry didn't have a lot of plays. This is the one Vic was talking about me floating the ball because he's on the move. I don't know how that ball even got there. Dude could have broke his arm hitting that helmet. And you could tell too with the throw because it actually did affect the throw. The throw was wobbly because I tried to lob it anyway, but the ball was wobbly. So at least EA got that right. That's pretty cool. But I'm surprised that he even got the ball that far. Big play. Then my annoyed play, I think this was the sack. So I would like to see this. So he's controlling the defensive tackle. Hike the ball. Or no, that's not it. Yeah, that is a defensive tackle. And he immediately backs off. So I should be able to run right there because look at it. Left tackle has his job done. 50 and 60 has theirs done. And the defensive end on the other side. and you see me immediately go to run and watch 63. So he realizes, hey, I should help double team him. He runs out there, like he gets behind the guard. All you had to do, or behind the tackle. Why? Why? What are you doing there? Get up and press him. Easy run. And that's why I didn't get any yards. That's why I was so mad about that play because it's dumb. 63 didn't do anything. And that led to that play being blown up. I see that he released on that side. I would have been not as bothered by that if he makes the tackle. But I'm like, hey, that has to be a thing. And triangle was open, but my thought was, hey, he dropped the defensive tackle and the coverage is 5-on-3. I should be able to run right away. So I was pretty mad about that one because that one bothered me. And my interception, I said I have to throw to the running back. I know he was open. It wouldn't have been a big play, but that was the read. So the first read was 5 coming across. Could have threw it, but I saw who he was using. He's using him, which means that the running back would be open because he's there. And he fades back, which is why I said the running back. And that throw leads him up the field. So yeah, that's a big L on my part. That's a wrong button interception. Because if I throw the ball to right, he's running up the field, and you have a corner, like he's gonna pick up the first down. That's just bad on my part. It's such an easy read, and I hit the wrong button. I think I hit X instead of triangle, and it's just an easy interception. Hell, honestly, I could have probably waited longer and the running back would have just sat still so I could have made sure that it was an easy throw. But that's on me. But then we get a big stop here. So this was the pick six. Right, or sorry, right. Williams and I'm in cover two with a show blitz look. And he just made the wrong read. Because if he throws right away to that guy, it's a it's a first down. Because I'm trying to make sure I take away the running back and the slant. That's what I was looking at. Like slant. Because I know it's cover two. So in my eyes, like I'm trying to pick up the running back on a quick throw, like on an angle route or an in route. But if the running back runs outside, I'm going to pass him off to the corner and pick up seven because seven will be running slant. So easy in terms of what my coverage is. So we did our job on that side. So I was able to basically pick both of those guys up. But over here, he had to throw that ball right away to circle. One was open. He just made the wrong read on that one because he runs an out route and he's running it into Williams' coverage. And there you go. Then this one, the one I'm always nervous about throwing, trying to throw the ball or trying to user someone deep because I'm nervous that they won't react. We talk about this a lot on offline, and I thought about just letting the computer control this one, but I'm like, nah, we'll try. I know I have someone else coming over to help, so I'm just glad he caught the ball because I was nervous that he wouldn't. And then getting called for holding was brutal. Unknown penalty will be added on 27 cycles. What the hell does that even? I've never seen that before. And then fourth and 29 punt. Then this one, I just had those two guys blitz because I just wanted the ball to go out fast. I should have enough people deep anyway. The blitz to see if maybe someone gets lucky and gets through. And he threw it to the running back. And not gonna lie, I was just trying to hit stick him. and it worked. All right, a win. Grateful. Feel like it's been a while since I've been able to get one of them. What's up, Howard? Well, finally won a game. Not gonna lie, it feels kind of good. Like I said, I've lost 7 games in a row, 7 in the NDL, and I finally got a win. So the way this game started, it started slow, and I really thought that it was gonna be another one of those games. Like, man, I'm gonna find a way to lose. So I'll take it. Now, on that note, I'm gonna go eat some dinner, and then I'll be back on, and we'll stream some regular games. Dude, I don't feel confident in anything. Burrows is interesting though, because the thing about Burrows is you say you'll lock him up. I know you're joking. You'll be focused on him, I'm sure. You should be. But the thing again, a thing about the way I play offense is Burrows has gotten the ball. Like I try to get him the ball early because I want people to know, hey, I'm looking for him, and it forces people to defend differently. Like that's my intent. I want you to be aware of where he is on the field at all times, but I'm not always looking for him because some plays I call, I'm not. He's like the third or fourth progression. It usually is for me. It's 1, 2 check down, 3 check down, 4 check down, and then at that point throw it away if I even have the ball still. I'm very. I do not need him to have like 11 or 12 catches. I just need him to be impactful when he does touch the ball. And when he's not touching the ball, I need him to be able to occupy the defense because I his speed is still bothersome, I'm sure, to especially the G5 defenses. So even if he's not catching the ball, the impact that he can have on the defense, like running people open by taking away a safety or an extra DB, let someone else get open to eat it. But the offensive line definitely has to block better going forward, and I have to make better reads because you look at all 3 of those interceptions; those were all on me. But we were able to get 3: a user interception, a user hit stick for a fumble that we recovered. So yeah, super super important. That said, I'll be back in like 30 minutes. I need to eat something. I need to call my dad. I know my dad was watching the game, so we can talk about it. He's nice. Just having that kind of speed is nice because he's a home run threat whenever he's on the field. And because of his speed makes defenses react a certain way. Because the same thing against Boise. I can still get him the ball in certain situations, but I no one is gonna want to run man against him. Because if you run man, he's gonna be open on almost anything. A deep ball is almost a guaranteed touchdown if I get the ball out. And even on a crossing route. It's the same thing. He can break a big play because he can just outrun his defenders. The same thing when I had White last year with in the ACC. Better defenses, more speed, but still, when White was in man, if he beats his man, it's a big play. A touchdown on a bomb, a touchdown on a post, a touchdown on a slant. Hell, I think against Wake Forest, he had a touchdown on a drag route because he is in cover zero. And he just beat his guy so easily across the field that I was able to turn up field and run like 40 yards for a touchdown because no one fast enough to catch him. It's nice to have that in your back pocket, but I try to make sure that I'm not always looking for him because I don't want to hone in on one guy. I've never been that type of guy in offense. I call a play with the intent of when I come to the line of scrimmage, putting my Manning hat on and looking at the defense. What do we have? We have cover two. We have a cover three shell. Who might be blitzing? Is the box open? Do I need to check into a run? Where is Burrows at? and what does the defense look like around him. So if he's running a streak, it will hold player X, so the guy running underneath would be open. No, stuff like that. Or I send someone in motion, some motion plays, the guy goes in motion, there's no reaction, or the defense reacts this way. So okay, this guy is holding this guy for the back, the angle route to be open because he's pulling him away, stuff like that. I try not to just call a play like I want to get Burrows the ball. So let me call a play to get him the ball. I try not to run my offense like that. But we got to cut down on the picks. Got to cut down on the picks. Can't have 3 interceptions again. 'Cause I don't think it'll turn out well.